Hello, welcome to the channel. Hope you're well and thanks for watching. Thank you for your time. In this video I'm going to try and explain to you why I disagree with what Thomas Frank said in his interview yesterday. For me, I'll tell you what he said, why I disagree and what I think he's up to, but I'll get onto that in a minute. Yesterday we played Doncaster Rovers in the League Cup third round, Carabao Cup, I still call it the League Cup. In the end, comfortable winners 3-0 at home to Doncaster Rovers, who a lower league team. Can't remember what division they're in, Championship or League One, I'm not sure, but I know they're near the top of their league. Let me start by saying well done to Doncaster Rovers. They played really well. I enjoyed watching them play, and if I had my weeks mixed up, I thought we would have been not in the League Cup but in the Champions League, the way we made them look. Very disappointing in our game. That's 3 games on the trot now. I don't think we played well. In the Champions League against Villarreal, in the league against Brighton, I think just 2 sloppy goals which we should never have conceded. And yesterday, alright, clean sheet, 3-0, sounds good, but we all know we didn't play that well. Now let's just go through the team. As I said, well done to Doncaster. They played exceptionally well. First half, yeah, we started off well. I was pleased with the team Thomas Frank picked. I thought it was a good team of experience and youth, and especially on the bench. I thought Archie Gray was going to play in the centre defence, which I think he's more suited to, because the boy's got no pace. If he has to turn and run back, he's all over the place. But if he's at the back and he can see what's going on, then I think he can play much better. But I'm not Thomas Frank, so Thomas Frank does know better than me. But yeah, that's my opinion of Archie Gray. When he played last year at the back, I thought he was brilliant with Davies and everyone else. I thought it suited him down to the ground playing at the back. Danso, it's like a brick shithouse, that geezer. Solid as a rock, mate. Gets stuck in, wins headers, long throw, got everything going. Got no problem with him at all. You can see he loves Spurs. Amazing, brilliant game. Porro, I don't know what he's doing sometimes. I know he's a good player. He was captain yesterday, but he just keeps drifting into the middle and leaving all that space on the wing for his winger to have loads of space to attack, and then he's always scrambling back, having to use the pace he has to cover. Just stay with your man. You know he's out there, stay with him. You know, all these players are internationals, either at full internationals or under 21s, but you wouldn't think it. Paulinho, brilliant game. Excellent game. That is the best signing. Apart from Thomas Frank himself, that is the best signing we've made. If he can't get in the Bayern Munich side, I'm going to watch Bayern Munich, because they must have some brilliant holding midfielders or defensive midfielders if he can't get in. He's amazing. Who's on the other side? Oh, Jed Spence. Yeah, usual Spency game, very good. Did his job. Got no qualms about him. Played well. Bentancur, didn't think had a brilliant game, but he didn't have a bad game. Same with Javi Simmons. But you can see in Javi Simmons, that boy, when he does settle, when he does click, he's got it. And he will be a great asset for us, for Tottenham Hotspur. You had Johnson scored his goal. I really think Johnson should be given a chance as a direct forward. The boy just knows where to be. Everyone just says, oh, all he does is score goals. Well, put him up front. You know, I remember when I was a kid, Steve Archibald did nothing, but was always in the right place at the right time to put the ball in the back of the net. Gary Lineker, hardly outside the box, but was always in the right place at the right time to finish. So, again, he's another one. Although he did play well yesterday, I thought he did take on his fullbacks. Not like a Ginola or Waddle was skilled. He beat them with pace. And he got some good crosses in. Odebear did it once. Tried to do it again, but then after that couldn't beat his man. But when he did do it once, got his crossover, it hit their defender and went in for an own goal. So that boy's got to do more stuff like that. If you haven't got the minerals or the courage or to say, bollocks, I'm going for it this game, I'm going to take my, even if I don't beat him 3 or 4 times, I'm going to keep trying to beat him, keep trying to take him on, especially against a team like Doncaster. And as I said, no disrespect to them, but how are you going to do it against Champions League sides or Premier League sides if you can't have the courage to do it against Doncaster? These players are getting their chances. Frank is giving them their chances and they're not taking them, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what's up with them. Bentancur, yeah, not a bad game, but not a brilliant game. Sometimes that man is brilliant and sometimes average. You know, again, a full international. Thomas Frank was honest when he said in the second half we were not at the races at all. Passing was off. We'd get like a 1-2, we'd get the ball would be laid into a player, and instead of passing it back 2 yards in front of him, we'd be passing it back to where he was when he gave us the pass. Come on, mate. You know, you're getting paid 80, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 grand a week to make a simple pass, and half of you can't do it. Before the game, you're all in a circle doing one-touch passing, 2 piggies in the middle. That's the whole point of that exercise, to get your passing accurate, the right weight on the ball, the accuracy of the pass. And Frank even said our pressing was absolutely, I don't want to swear, it was absolutely shite yesterday. That's what I mean. We made Doncaster look like a Champions League side. They were just playing right through the lines on us. We weren't pressing together as a team. We weren't pressing fast enough, hard enough. That was rubbish. And Kinski in goal had a good game. Made a really good save, considering he had bugger all to do all game. But that's the art of goalkeeping, when you've got nothing to do, to still be alert. Made a good save and tipped a shot from the opposition team onto the post, because it could have made it 2-1 just before half time. Would have been a different game. And Doncaster had a free kick in the second half. I don't know why Danso got penalised. He's trying to reach the ball before their player heads it and then gets in and has a chance to have a shot at goal. So he's got to reach it reach the ball at the highest point before the opposition player gets there. Do you know what I mean? So, unless he actually kicked the player in the head, why is he being penalised? It's like if Paulinho scored that goal, brilliant goal, overhead kick. So if someone's head was near that goal would be disallowed. No, it wouldn't. Some of these rules in football have got to be changed, you know. The other night, Ekatike, idiot, you know what happens if you take your shirt off. You get a yellow card. He was already on a yellow. But why do it? That's just stupid. And that's why I like Slot come out and said, yeah, stupid. But that rule's got to be changed. You know, if you take your shirt off, you take your shirt off. It's not a booking, you know. Get with the times, mate, you know. Sort these laws out. I know half these footballers haven't got a brain, but I think it's a silly law. Anyway, getting back to our game yesterday. Yeah, a lot of players, average games. Danso, as I said, and Paulinho, brilliant. Played brilliant centre-half. I'm nervous now when I don't see Paulinho on the starting, 11. He's crucial. Obviously, if you have Romero, Mickey van der Ven, usual defence. Udogie came on, played well. Up front, Johnson, as I said, took some players on. Odegaard did once, and that was it. And now we come to why I disagree with Thomas Frank. I understand what he's trying to say or do. What he's trying to do is not slaughter Tell. Remember when Darren Bent played for us and missed the sitter, and Harry Redknapp came out afterwards in the interview and gone, my missus could have scored that. But you destroy a player's confidence, and he's a young lad, so I mean, I don't want to slate him off, but he had 2 golden opportunities to get 2 easy, simple goals. All he had to do was connect with the ball. And not once. You could say, all right, once. You know, you can forgive once. But twice, on a plate. His eye, brain, foot coordination wasn't there. And forgive me if I'm talking nonsense, but to be a striker, you have to have that eye, foot, brain coordination all working in sync. You have to anticipate, it's not guessing, it's instinct, where the ball's going to be, how hard you have to hit the ball, where you have to hit it. Those 2 chances were 2 side foots into the corner of the net. Not straight at the keeper, but into the corner. Just hit the target either side of the keeper. And Matthias Tell would have had 2 goals. If it was the other way round and Johnson had those chances, Johnson would have come off with a hat-trick yesterday. Now, I don't know what's up with Tell. Bayern Munich thought enough of him to buy him, but Bayern Munich are not stupid enough, once they see a player, to let him go for nothing if they think he's good enough. We got him on loan, so let's have a look at him. Got scouts, we got everyone, manager, this, that. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's sign him. I mean, I don't know what they're watching. I tell you though, Frank knows what he's watching. That's why Matthias Tell is not in the Champions League squad. Because Thomas Frank must have seen enough in training to think, I can't risk this boy in those sort of games. And it was shown yesterday. I think Thomas Frank was being extremely kind. He kept saying he worked well, his work rate was good, he was getting in the right positions to score goals. But he was just being kind. Because if Thomas Frank was being totally honest, then he's talking bollocks. You can get in the right position, but if your foot can't, as an instinct of a forward, know where the ball is coming and lift and put your foot in the right place so it connects with the ball, you've got no chance in this game. You know, if that was a Sunday pub team and we were all in the pub afterwards, Matthias Tell would be getting the piss taken out of him by all his fellow players. 2 sitters on a plate, and he sort of air shot them. Now, he's got 2 choices. Frank's going to bomb him out and just say, well, this kid ain't got it. Or Frank's going to have to turn him around. Thomas Frank has turned decent forwards into very good forwards. Ivan Toney and Buemo, Wissa, the Aston Villa lad, I've forgotten his name, plays up front for Aston Villa. My memory's terrible. But we can only hope. He's obviously, Frank's, I know what he's up to. He's trying not to destroy the lad's confidence. But you can tell, even when he was actually saying those things about telling a press conference, he was dying to say, oh, but I don't know how the fuck he missed those 2 chances. But I suppose, in a way, he's doing the right thing, because we need Tell at the moment. Well, he won't play at Newcastle because that's who we got in the next round. And if he can't score 2 simple sitters against Doncaster, he won't be starting against Newcastle. You miss chances like that and they will punish us, and we will be out of the cup. And I believe we have got a good chance of winning either this cup or the FA Cup this year. I'm telling you. No chance in the league, no chance in the Champions League. I hope we get to the knockout stages of the Champions League, but that's as far as we'll go. Because when we meet a very good side, then, unless we play like we did against Paris Saint-Germain in the Super Cup, we'll get knocked out. Or unless, in the January window, Tottenham go and buy 2-3 quality players, then we got a chance. Because the groups, the table stage, the league stage of the all the European cups, Europa League and Conference League, they all finish mid-January. So you never know. If all this money they say Tottenham are going to get, and we go and get some new players, yeah. But I still don't think we're going to win the Champions League. You know, I'm not deluded, but you never know. That's why we all follow football. But yeah, Tell, he's got no chance in that Newcastle game of playing. So he's out of that cup. He's not in the Champions League squad. And his chances in the Premier League are going to be very limited. If he'd have scored those 2 goals yesterday, he could have said, look, that's what I can do. Give me a chance. But I'd rather try Brennan, as I said, Brennan Johnson as a forward before Tell now. I don't know, that's why I'm not the manager. I don't know how to fix it. Because if you can't play him, you know, how do you give him the confidence, build him up, and how, unless it's in training, you know, and Thomas Frank and him work together and put in a bit of extra minutes on the training ground. But his luck hopefully will turn. But it's like in tennis, you know, when the server serves, the person on the receiving end of the serve has to eye, brain, foot coordination and get his racket to where he thinks the server's serve is going to end up, so he can return it to the server. If you haven't got that, you can't play tennis. And if you don't know, can't judge how fast the ball's coming in, or by just looking and getting your feet in the right position to put it home, I don't want to slate him off. I am, but I just can't see it. We have got another Timo Werner on our hands. Can't believe it. Werner was supposed to come in for 4 or 5 games to cover Son. We ended up keeping that melt for about a year and a half. And Ange kept playing him and playing him. In one game, even Ange had to go, jeez, I can't play this geezer anymore. He's an absolute, car crash on the bloody football pitch. And I'm just hoping Tell don't turn into that. I mean, you tell me, is Tell another Werner? Is he worse than Werner? I know that's hard to say, but is he actually worse than Werner? Because his hold-up play was no good. Trying to shield the ball, trying to keep it in, his passing was no good. I don't know one good thing Tell did yesterday. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope to God Matthias Tell proves me wrong. But that's why I disagree with Thomas Frank, because I know what he was trying to do, but what he was saying was bullshit, getting in the right place, working hard. Matthias Tell should have scored 2 goals yesterday. His chances are running out, and missing those 2 goals, his confidence is not going to get better, it's just going to get worse. So I hope Frank can work a miracle with him, but I doubt it. Yeah, as I said, 3-0. Flattering scoreline to us. Doncaster, hats off. You played extremely well. Good luck to you in the league. And tell me what you think of the game, what you think of Tell, whether you think he's worse than Werner, on par with Werner, whether we should have signed him or just sent him back to Munich. Give me your opinions on Matthias Tell, because I don't want to think I'm being too harsh on the lad. But those 2 misses, they sent shockwaves through my head. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Anyway, that's all for this video. That's why I disagreed with Thomas Frank, what he said, but I understand why he's doing it. And let's hope Tell can turn it around. Oh, and well done to Luca. Made his Tottenham debut, 16 years old. I wish him all the best. Amazing feeling with his family there, making his debut for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Imagine how many thousands of us would have loved to have done that for this amazing football club. But let's hope he goes all the way to the top with us, like Harry Kane did. And we'll be talking about a superstar in 3 or 4 years' time. He's got the potential. So let's just keep our fingers crossed for him. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. Thanks for your time. Listen, take care of yourselves and your family. Be lucky. And as always, come on you Spurs.